Since gaining popularity as an agricrop in the 1950s and 60s, Oregon has become the country's leading producer of Christmas trees, producing nearly twice as many trees as any other state. And a lot of those trees come from Clackamas County, with 15,000 acres devoted to Christmas tree farming. Long gone are the days of just cutting down your tree in the forest. There's so much more to growing Christmas trees than just sitting and waiting. Let's take an inside look at how Christmas trees are made in Clackamas County.
Christmas tree industry in Clackamas County is huge. We are one of the largest agricultural crops in this region.
There's a lot of good reasons why Christmas trees are a perfect crop, like mild temperatures, lots of moisture, and our region's rich volcanic soils.
And that combination of plenty of moisture, relatively cool summers, trees aren't stressed a lot, and then not real stressful conditions in the winter make an ideal environment for growing evergreen type of trees.
Growers start with nursery seedlings. The trees arrive in bundles, and once unwrapped, the trees are ready to be planted. Workers begin by loading the seedlings into a tree planter. A feeder drops them into the soil at a mechanically set spacing. This machine has a rolling coulter and trenching blade that dig a furrow into the soil. The packing wheels then press the soil back down around the tree. A two-seater planting machine like this can plant 8,000 to 10,000 trees in a day. In Oregon, Douglas fir and noble fir species make up the majority of trees planted here. Growers have to choose their spacing carefully. The size of the tree they intend to harvest is a major determining factor. On top of that, planting too closely increases pest problems and makes tree management more difficult. Ever since Christmas trees shifted from a forest crop to a farm crop, growers have been fine-tuning their methods to give trees the shape customers want, reduce labor costs, and improve overall tree health. At 3 to 4 feet in height, farmers will begin culturing or shaping the trees by hand using clippers and knives.
If you cut off the tips, it causes the buds next year we'll put out of them, and that's what makes our tree a little bit fuller looking.
Culturing controls excessive growth, increases density of branches and foliage, corrects imperfections in tree shape, and makes nearly every planted tree a saleable Christmas tree. Basal pruning creates a clear length of stem at the tree base, allowing it to be inserted into a Christmas tree stand. This also benefits the overall health of the tree, making weed control easier and more effective, and improves air circulation through the tree, important for reducing some foliage disease problems. On average, a Douglas fir can take 5 to 7 years to reach their market height of 5 to 6 feet tall. During this time, growers can face numerous challenges such as weather, disease, insects, and animal damage. Clackamas County has been dedicated to helping the Christmas tree industry meet the challenges of production for more than 60 years through its collaboration with OSU Extension and the North Willamette Research and Extension Center.
We work across the entire spectrum, from planting trees and developing the genetic material for better trees, to a lot of pest management. The growers really rely on extension in many ways to help them identify what their problems are with diseases or insects or weeds, and then how to deal with them. And then we also work across the area of culturing, improved ways to care for the tree in the field or shape it so that it makes the kind of plant that they want. And then finally, the end product, of course, is marketing and harvesting, marketing, and some of those technologies as well.
Once the trees have reached the right height, it's time to hit the market. But before it does, the tree will be inspected to determine if it meets export requirements and what its market value will be. This is typically based on two components: grade and height.
4 to 5 foot, red 5 to 6, yellow 6 to 7.
Once inspected and ready to be sold, the trees are ready for harvesting. Some operations are known as U-cut farms, which allow customers to walk through the planted land, select their tree,
I think this might be one.
and cut it down themselves. Visits to tree farms have become a Christmas holiday tradition among families and is passed down generation to generation. Wholesale operations are more labor-intensive, and the work must be completed during a very short period in November in order for shipments to reach their faraway destinations. Once trees are cut, they are yarded or gathered into a central location.
This is our mixing yard where we bring all the trees in out of the field in transfer trucks. They're dumped here and staged by conveyor belts, and then they're loaded onto the trucks according to what our customers' orders are.
More than any other part of the process, yarding has the greatest potential for damaging soil and tree quality, so workers must take great care. Small farms may harvest by hand, but larger farms need to move thousands of trees. Workers use trucks, tractors, and even helicopters. The use of helicopters can greatly reduce the amount of time between harvesting and market, cutting it from up to 2 weeks down to as little as 3 days. Prior to transport, for both large and small operations, trees are baled. But first, trees are shaken to remove pests, dead needles, and other materials. Then the baling machine wraps the trees tightly with twine or mesh netting to protect them during shipping and to increase the number of trees that will fit on a truck. Finally, the trees are ready to be loaded onto a refrigerated van or shipping container. More than 90% of all Christmas trees are exported out of our Northwest region, bringing holiday cheer to markets as far away as China, Japan, Guam, and the Philippines.
We have a 50 to 60 year history of growing trees here, and people have learned how to do that, have been able to pass that information on generation to generation, neighbor to neighbor, and that whole economy is what supports the growers, as well as the growers supporting the economy.
Christmas trees are a cherished holiday tradition and an economic boon made right here in Clackamas County.